All right, we're going to move on. Rugg says, Rugg says, how important it is to represent each entire silo in the main menu. For example, a tag silo for locations and services. Is it more about your URL structure and your sitemap than the menu? If the silos are deep, would it make the menu structure a bit heavy and unfriendly? Thanks. Yeah, it's not important, Ruggs. What's important about your navigation menu are your top level pages or whatever top level content you're trying to push people to. It's not about your entire silo structure. The beautiful thing about a silo is that the further you click into the silo, the more it reveals for that category, right? That's the whole point. You only want the top level stuff at the top of your navigation menu, right? Your top navigation menu, right? You want the top level stuff up there. And then, but keep in mind, as Marco just was mentioning, you also don't want to get too deep in your silo structure. When I say deep, depth in a silo is fine, but you don't want to add your URL and how many hops you get away from the home page. So in other words, in some of the more complex silo structures that we've seen, you get top level page / category, then a subcategory / child page, then you get blog posts. So now you're talking about the blog posts are now 4 hops from the homepage, right? Or 3 hops, I guess it would be. And so they're not as valuable because they're further away from the homepage, if that makes sense. But so again, I recommend for the most part, trying to stay with a simple silo structure, which is going to be top level pages and categories and in posts. So at the very most, your posts are only at the deepest level of content, you're only 2 hops away from your homepage and only 1 hop away from each of its proper category, right? The associated category with that content. So you can do a lot more, push link equity, page rank, whatever you want to call it. In rank is another term for it, right? So internal link juice, where you want a lot easier when you have a shallower site. And when I say shallower, I mean like less depth in categories and again, taxonomy structure and all that other stuff. So when it comes to top level silos in my or navigation menu, in my opinion, keep your top level stuff up there. If it's fully relevant, then maybe add subcategories. If you have a complex silo structure and you need to add subcategories and like a drop-down menu type stuff, you can. But all of like the supporting posts and stuff, you don't need to include that shit. If you set up your site properly and you're using, maybe a silo builder or something that can add a widget in the sidebar that will only display posts within that category, then when somebody clicks into your top level category pages anyways, they can see the supporting posts in that category. And there's silo plugins that do that. SEO Ultimate Pro does that. I think Rank Math plugin has a silo builder built into it. The Zagio plugin, which was formerly Project Supremacy, has a similar function. You can also do it manually using widget context or widget logic, like in WordPress. That's a pain in the ass though. But again, you can set all that up to where when somebody's clicked into a particular top level category, they can see supporting content on those pages, if that makes sense. So keep your navigation menu simple is what I'm trying to get at. Would you agree, Marco?
I totally agree. The less hops you add to it, the better off you are.